90% of the Dutchmen think Trump is quite strange.
Yeah.
They think Republicans are also quite strange. And that Americans are very Puritan.
I know, that's hardly surprising.
They are part of the Rebel Alliance and traitors. Take them away.
What Donald Trump wants most is your fealty, your silence to be complicit in this moment. Do not give in to him.
Why is he so cute? Good evening. I'm Hope Violence, and welcome to my 4th of July edition of Violence on the Truth. In just a few days, we're going to celebrate our glorious nation's 249th birthday, a proud and momentous occasion. Or at least it will be for most of us, but it sure seems like some people don't see it that way. Just listen to these critiques of America from jealous haters overseas.
They don't care about their citizens. There's all these shootings going on, like their healthcare is horrible, their schooling's horrible.
90% of the Dutchmen think Trump is quite strange.
Yeah.
They think Republicans are also quite strange. And that Americans are very Puritan.
I know, that's hardly surprising. These international elitist scumbags have always envied us for our freedom and, of course, for how incredibly rich our pursuit of liberty has made us, especially including when we've pursued that liberty all the way to the doorsteps of their evil commie huts. We expect to get our lumps from them, and we can take that and dish it right back. But what hurts more is this.
There are a lot of people that don't agree with what's happening. And we want a kind world. We want to take care of each other, our siblings. We're all connected. People are hungry. People are hurting. We need that money in other places. How about funding education? How about feeding people?
It's these domestic America haters who pose the greater danger to our nation. A ragtag coalition of open border fanatics, paid protesters because it's obviously a lucrative career, and anarchist looter rioters are putting aside hating each other to focus their shared hatred on their common enemy, America, and the liberty for which she stands. Amen. But it must be noted that it's even scarier than that. If you haven't soiled your Depends yet, Karen, you'd best clench yourself because I'm about to shock the shit right out of you. Do you know what these enemies, foreign and domestic, all have in common? They are all part of a vast global leftist conspiracy to destroy America. Their wicked treachery has unfortunately left those of us who still love this country and clutch it like the string of pearls it is, with no choice but to resort to extreme measures to save it. We've tried being nice and accommodating and friendly. We made you carrot cupcakes. But since all our yummy carrots have been spurned, it's time for the sticks. It's time for Fortress America. But oh no, I hear you whining. What would that mean for those precious tourism dollars we rely on? What about the World Cup we're hosting next year and the Olympics in 2028? Fuck all that. Yeah, you heard me. Fuck the Olympics. Fuck the World Cup and fuck everybody because America is closed. But this was a step in the right direction.
The recent terror attack in Boulder, Colorado, has underscored the extreme dangers posed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visas. We don't want them.
Great start, Mr. President. But that's only a start. There are entire nations just chock full of America haters we could add to that list. And that means I'm looking at you, La France. We've heard quite enough out of that silver-tongued oeuvre of yours. Stick a croissant in it, salopes. That's the last time one of you frogs insults my taste in handbags. But look, the woke leftist mind virus spreads like farts in the wind. And that means even shutting out entire nations is not going to be enough to guarantee our safety. We've got to get granular with every individual even daring to approach our shores. From now on, checking their shoes at the airport is not going to cut it. We've got to check everything. Social media accounts, browser histories. Hell, I want to test fecal urine and hair samples at all our ports of entry from now on. If they tried LSD 15 years ago, I need to know about it. But what about Marxist foreigners who are already in our country?
As I'm sitting here listening to both of you, I'm thinking to myself, I rarely see a black immigrant, a Latina immigrant, and an Asian person, an Asian immigrant, all in the same frame talking about these issues.
Get them out of here! It's time to round these terrorists up and deport them to, I don't know, wherever. The Supreme Court didn't say we couldn't, so send them to the dirtiest shithole countries ever. With them gone, we can finally start getting ready for the 4th of July, yes? Fireworks and hot dogs and... Who the hell is this asshole?
I'm here because the president said that any protest would be met with hard force. I wasn't planning on coming, but that's un-American, anti-constitutional, and so I had to come. I was called to come.
Ugh. The homegrowns are the worst. And this is a more insidious problem, as we haven't figured out yet how to strip these American citizen losers of their citizenship and send them on a one-way trip to buttfuck Egypt or wherever it is they plan on connecting with their tribe. For now, we have to contain this infestation inside of our American fortress before it eats us from within like a libtard cancer. And fortunately for you, I have an action plan for that. First, we destroy the leftist central breeding grounds just like you would any other pests. And that means we've got to fumigate our universities. Not literally, of course. I'm talking about ideological fumigation. I am talking about destroying any books, magazines, and online or social media source that denigrate our luscious, juicy, dear leader and his glorious nation. Thanks be to God. These books have got to be banned, and the professors who provide them fired. No book is okay, unless it's on my New Hope Violence approved reading list. Trademark, link in my bio. That'll at least stop the trouble at the source. But we'll still have plenty of dildo brains like this so-called scholar.
I don't care if you're Democratic or Republican. You have a constitution that sets freedom of speech. You have a constitution that sets freedom of the press. You have a living document that lives and breathes for the people. And that man is using it in corrupt, demonic ways. And he wants to talk about how the LGBTQ, how black communities, how POCs, how immigrants are the devil. That's only one devil I can see, and he sits in the White House.
Wait a mouth on that one. In Dear Leaders America, she'll be finding a new use for it in prison, where they'll give her remedial lessons on how to appreciate her freedom. Maybe next time, she won't be so quick to take it for granted and slap a #resist bumper sticker on her Subaru. We can only hope. Resistance is futile anyway. Look, I know this is gonna sound harsh, even to my diehard fans who are, as it should be noted, some of the most heartless people in the world. But come on now, we're at war, and just listen to these people.
They are part of the Rebel Alliance and traitors. Take them away.
Yes, that includes you, new scum.
What Donald Trump wants most is your fealty, your silence to be complicit in this moment. Do not give in to him.
Why is he so cute? He's so bad and wrong, and yet sometimes when I'm with my husband, I see Gavin. You're on notice, Barry. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. Domestic leftists, the worst kind. If we can't get them to cooperate and say they love America 10 times fast while we're giving them swirlies, then they leave us no choice but to occupy Democrat cities with federal troops. Sorry, not sorry, liberals. It's for our safety. And that's your safety too, because lest you forget, disagreeing with the president is disagreeing with America, which is treason, and technically speaking, you can be sentenced to death for that. Now, I know my trusted colleague, Brian Johnson Balls, would never do that. Would you, Brian?
48, 49, 50. Of course not, Hope. Look at me. I literally love America with my face. Come here, old glory. Oh, yeah. What? Okay.
You certainly do, Brian. Hey, that was a female flag, right, Brian? We don't do that Wookiee stuff on the show. Better check under the hood. Anyway, back to my lawbreakers and Trotsky Day players. Don't let this make your summer a bummer. Your big daddy Trump is a merciful daddy. I don't know why, but he is. He's probably not going to have you executed, even though he totally could and probably should. Now, at worst, he'll just put you in a re-education camp for, well, as long as that takes. And once he's done locking up all the traitors and dissidents, shutting our nation to the rest of the world, occupying rebel cities with troops in their streets, and throwing out all the foreigners, maybe then from inside your prison cells, you leftist traitors will finally see how great our freedom is. Probably not. Well, maybe you'll figure it out when you're on a chain gang doing the jobs no longer filled by illegals. Keep at it. And maybe you can even earn your precious freedom back. I like to believe the work will make you free. And then you can celebrate our great and secure Fortress America with a freedom dog, just like I do. And I shall name you Gavin. Happy birthday, America. I'm Hope Violence, and this has been Violence on the Truth. You dirty dog.